Bing Field has many different sections allowing for all kinds of play in one place. Whether you're into stealthy games with dense forest, foliage, and buildings that make for any marksman's dream on Towers Field, or if you like intense building-to-building combat giving you the feel of an indoor arena on Town Field or Shipment. No matter your playstyle, Bing is a field with a place for you. And just recently, they have added an all-new section that has a little bit of everything. And today, I'm going to be playing on it for the very first time ever, and I'm going to be doing it here on the channel. Welcome back to the Wolfsden for yet another first here on the channel, and to all of our new viewers, it is, as always, great to have you here today. As I mentioned before, Bing has quite a few fields to play on within its property, each one leaning towards a certain playstyle or setting. The three most popular staples being the Town Field, Barrels Field, and Towers Field, which run along the front half of the entire area. But with so much area left for them to build on, new fields have been added more and more over the last few years, the most recent being added in an area that was previously deemed no man's land in some of my previous videos. And for today's gameplay, I will be playing on it for the very first time and breaking down my initial thoughts of the field as we go. Today I am also being joined by Ghost and Aiden, my two good friends and squad mates from Operation Dragon's Tooth from October of 2023 here on the channel. If you'd like to check that out, link is in the description or up in the info card above. Now, let's get into today's gameplay and a little bit of the immediate breakdown of this new field as I'm walking onto it. Starting with the game mode for today, we are playing a game of Push, something that I've played many times on Town Field. Again, if you'd like to check those videos out, up in the info card above, or I'll leave a link down in the pinned comment and in the description if you guys would like to check that out for a little bit more detail. TLDR, Push is a mode where both teams are fighting over a single flag at the center of the field, and whichever team can push it the farthest will win the round. While this game mode is a very familiar and popular one, this field is not. Being a mostly open field with a little bit of forest off to the left side for where we start today, the main cover are these concrete cylinders and half walls, making this field feel almost like an abandoned construction site, which should make for some interesting games and hopefully minimal OSHA violations. Despite that, upon first seeing the field, I noticed that it looks a little unbalanced. While most of the cover are these concrete towers and walls, there are two full buildings that are interestingly placed closer to one spawn than the other, meaning that whichever team spawns close to them could in theory have a severe advantage off the rip. Of course, you guys and gals can leave your predictions on that down in the comments if you would like, but with that said, we won't know for sure until we actually play on it. So, let's get into round one and see how this field feels once we get going.
Okay, let's see, what are they doing? Oh lordy.
As I thought walking onto the field, these two buildings are becoming a bit of a problem, and where I've been hit from both times now pushing the right side. Said building on the right is pinning down anyone attempting to push the right side, just as it did for me, as you could tell from my POV, and given that our side of the field has no actual cover from both left and right side, it is leaving at least one side of the field completely locked down under 5 minutes by a single building, which for the context of field balancing isn't what you want to see. While it would appear that my theory so far is proving true, let's see how the left side is faring and see if it feels any better than the right side does.
Rude.
way. I got one on the concrete half wall just ahead of the bus, and there's some way past that just dropping them in on me.
I know there's at least 2 in that building. There's more coming from that side.
Say no one's trying to make aggressive pushes here, and it's not helping our case here. Come on. This game, boys. This game. It's game. It's game. It's game. Game. Don't worry, I couldn't hear him a whole lot either, so
Yeah.
you're not the only one.
Nice gun.
Thank you.
With the first of 2 rounds over, my theory is definitely looking to be correct. Just as the building on the right side had locked down that side of the field at the beginning, the building on the left was seeming to do almost the exact same thing on the left side, causing a well-executed crossfire to be fair for the other team, but a horrible experience for our team on the receiving end, causing many of our players to sit in the spawn rather than continue playing or simply walk off the field. Which leads us to round 2, where things only get worse for our team from here. At this point, it is fair to say that even I am getting a little frustrated with the situation on the field, as I'm sure many of you can hear and tell. After switching sides, it is clear that it is not just the field that seems unbalanced, but the teams as a whole are definitely shifting against us. As I'm walking back, it is kind of hard to hear, but the entire time I'm walking back to spawn, I am getting absolutely peppered by rounds all the way back, and even as I'm standing there just thinking of what to do next. After several minutes of watching other players have the exact same experience, and then walking 2 feet to the nearest cover before dying and repeating the process, the ref on the field finally steps in, seeing the apparent problem occurring on the field, and replaces a few of our missing players on our team who walked off with players from the other team. He then had both teams move further back towards their spawns and continue playing in hopes of letting round 2 end better than it started.
I know Austin is down low in the center.
Yeah, I saw his head. Oh, you gonna take that? I saw you shrug that one. No, 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 no. Not you.
Alright, we got 2 people on that building now. I got him. Alright, if you'll move forward, I'll cover you.
Hold on. A little to the left, a little to the left.
Oh, here, so dip that out. Got it. Oh, we got a guy right there.
Hey, boss! Right here. Right here. Half wall to my 12. You can see his head poking up.
And ending much better than we started, round 2 of today's game comes to a close. While these 2 rounds definitely were not the most ideal in this case, I do think that this newest section in Bing's repertoire has a lot of potential. It might seem like I'm just being a cynical, pessimistic asshole, but believe me, I think that this field has a lot of potential, and I do want to give kudos to the ref who was out there today for stepping in when something was clearly going wrong. With a few key fixes that could be made and possibly a few additions to round out this field, it could easily turn into one of the cooler fields to play on, and even turn into one of these staples here at Bing. But for now, this field is for sure not the worst I've ever seen or played on, but absolutely not my favorite one either, which I don't think is a surprise to any of you. But let me know your thoughts on this new field here at Bing in the comments below. Do you think the field is just fine the way it is, and that the issues we saw in today's gameplay are strictly from an imbalance of the teams? Or have you had a similar experience that you can relate to what happened in today's video, and clearly something is not quite right with how the field is laid out? Either way, I do hope you all enjoyed today's gameplay, and that you all have a great weekend. If you're new here and you've made it all the way to the end of today's video, I would suggest subscribing. I have a feeling you're going to like some content coming up very soon here on the channel. Best way to support this channel is by getting yourself or someone you know some comfy ass merch over at Wolfsden Apparel. And as always, this has been Wolf, and hope to see you guys next time I hit the field.